the 3 meal a day thing. Some of my dietitian friends might disagree with me, but that's okay, because I have talked to hundreds and probably even more than 1,000 or so people, and the fact is 3 meals a day, set meals at the same time every day with set snacks, is not realistic for most people. Most of us just don't have that kind of life where we are able to plan that way. And this is where I've talked about before, where we have that plan A, where we want to eat 3 well-rounded meals a day with the picture perfect high protein snacks in between. And plan A, if you recall, happens 5% of the time. It's plan B that we're living in reality, which is 90% of the time. So for a lot of us, 3 meals a day is not happening. But what's really important is that you are eating every 3 to 5 hours. So what that might look like for you is you wake up in the morning and you're not going to be this big breakfast person, but you could do a protein shake or a protein bar. And then maybe a couple hours later, when you get to work or get going in your day, you feel like eating something a little bit more substantial. So you might have an egg and cheese sandwich. And then maybe at lunchtime, which might be 3 hours later or 4 hours later, you're going to actually have a well-rounded, healthy lunch. And then maybe 3 hours later, you have an afternoon snack, which is maybe a couple of cheese sticks or a yogurt, piece of fruit. And then your dinner might be even 5 hours later. And that's fine. The thing is if you are finding yourself going more than 5 hours without eating, I don't care if you called it a meal. So for example, some people get up really early. So they might have their breakfast at, say, 6 a.m., but then their lunch doesn't happen until maybe 1 p.m. Those are the people, even though they had a breakfast and a lunch, they're the people that are actually having more trouble with keeping their metabolism going, because they're going, 6, sometimes 7. Sometimes people are eating at 7 and 2 or 7 and 1. You're going 6-7 hours without eating anything, and that's what leads to overeating. That's what leads to your metabolism really slowing down in between your meals, and you actually end up absorbing more calories at that next meal because you've created a really large imbalance in your metabolism. So it's actually better to, if you're not really hungry, to eat something, even if it's a meal time. Eat something and then eat something a little more substantial when you actually are hungry, regardless of what time it is. Your body's not going to say, hey, it's 8 o'clock, I should be eating a meal. Hey, it's 12 o'clock, I should be eating a meal. Just eat when you're hungry, listen to your body's cues, and I promise you're going to do fine. And that also goes for the same thing about eating after 7. Your body doesn't say, hey, it's 7:30, time to gain weight. It's just that after 7, 8 p.m., we're typically not looking for cheese sticks and apples and salads. We're looking for chips and cookies and, the junk type food that we eat in front of the TV.